Require podcast. I am your host, Miss Brittany Renee, and today we have Mr. Alex Bostic from the Boss Up Conference here with us.
That's right.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
And today we are talking about the Boss Up Conference in the Super Bowl edition here in Phoenix. So I want to jump into that. I want to get all the good stuff that you got on the agenda. And I also want to cover the third annual, like what people have to look forward to.
The conference.
The conference. Yeah. So first, I would like for you to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, and we will just jump right into it.
All right, well, I'm Alexander Bostic, one of the partners in the Boss Up Conference. I have several businesses. I like to say it's everything Bostic, and then under that, I got my pallet company, trucking company, security company, whatever company you need.
Exactly.
So I meet people, I say, well, what I do some everything.
You do, and you do.
I just don't know what people need is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may need a babysitter. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You might need somebody, I got all kind of calls.
Right.
Hey man, I need you to wash my house. Baby mama got some disputes going on. You got to pay the fee, but I'll make sure I take care of that.
Security, right.
Yeah, so I do some of everything. I just want to be an asset, wherever I'm needed. So
that's what's up.
That's what it is.
That's what's up. Well, I had the pleasure of meeting you at the Boss Up Conference, the first Boss Up Conference.
Right.
Yes. So let's get into how you co-founded that and, the mission behind it and the vision behind it. What and how did you guys come up with the Boss Up Conference?
I always was, Instagram and Facebook was new to me.
Oh, okay.
So I've been grinding since 2009, really.
Wow.
So, of course, when getting into social media, I started finding out there's a lot of educational things going on, people with businesses and doing this and that. So I'm like, oh, okay. So you can actually monetize what you do or, make connections.
Right.
Then I realized it's like, man, if you not nobody, it's gonna be hard to break that barrier of you trying to be in the who's who. So I'm like, man, it's like the gatekeepers of the Instagram world or the Facebook world.
Absolutely.
Because I guess you gotta have that social proof of people believe in you. Ross gets up. He gets up every morning earlier than me.
Wow.
He'll call you 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
6 o'clock in the morning. And so when you got somebody of that style, that status to call you that early, you gotta realize, what are you doing? Why are you asleep? But he has a lot of morning glories, and we talk about different topics on his Instagram. Somebody said, why don't y'all do a conference? One thing about Ross is don't miss no idea.
Oh, okay.
And don't follow through with it.
Oh, okay.
So I mentioned it to him. He was like, all right, Alex, do it. So I'm like, man, I don't know how to throw no conference. So I did. I mean, we just, little by little. Yeah. And, I'm a trial by error guy. So if I get an idea, I'm going to go and I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it in my mind, I'm going to do it. What it takes to be done. If somebody give me a crazy invoice, I'm going to just buy it. Like if somebody said they want to do a wedding, and they said the table and chair is going to be $10,000 rental, I buy it for $3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to Alabama.com and DHgate, with Chinese connects and people overseas. They ain't my color, but we brothers because we know the money.
Absolutely.
Currency. But I buy it. But there's one thing Ross said, we'll do it at the house.
Okay.
And what the reason why I wanted to start it and push it is because I feel that there was a disconnect between celebrities, corporations, and high-level entrepreneurs. There was no way, and I thought I had put this on silent. I guess I didn't. And I felt that there was no connection. Okay. Because you got some celebrities that's trying to reach, higher corporations to get deals. Absolutely. You got higher-level entrepreneurs that's trying to reach celebrities to promote their brand. And you got corporations trying to link with higher-level entrepreneurs to about, just push their stuff to the masses. Right. But there was no foundation to have all these places meet, have all these people meet. And we said, man, why don't we do it right here at the conference? It's a safe location. Right. You get what I'm saying? It's a safe environment to where we know we all about business. And when it came down to it, it was like, the price. I'm like, man, we got to set the price at a certain bar. Yeah. We had everybody in here.
Absolutely.
And then it costs it costs a lot of money, dealing with the promised land
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and I figured that was an opportunity. We meet each other and we network. So, it's a lot of good things came out of the conference.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of good people, and it's one of them things. It's like, man, once you start something, it's like, all right, Alex, what's next? I'm like, what you mean, what's next?
Right.
I don't know. Go do business. No, we're looking at you. We gotta have this. I said, oh shoot, okay.
Right.
We gotta have a brunch or breakfast.
Just more follow.
It has turned into something.
A community.
A community, right?
Absolutely.
And so again, I'm catching up to it. Trying to say, okay, y'all, how we gonna communicate? How we gonna do it? Right. And I'm a person. Just call me. What you need?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I can't do that this year, Britt.
Okay.
I got my phone. It's going crazy.
You need an assistant. Let's go. Let's start there.
An assistant.
Need an assistant.
It's hard to. Okay, let me tell you this. Assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take me a while to dump stuff out my head to the assistant.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I gotta sit down with somebody. I gotta explain to them how to do the A to C. And they said, okay, A to B. All right, but no, there's an A point 1.2 to the B. And they be like, okay, what you said? And then as soon as they come back and say, well, nah, that ain't what you said, I'd be like, no, you know what? I don't need you no more.
But that's why you have to get an assistant that knows what they're doing.
Right.
Someone that's experienced,
Fiverr?
right? No, I mean, I don't think Fiverr would be a good fit for you. You need a high-level executive assistant that has worked with other people so that they understand exactly what you need.
So let me ask you a question then. I'm asking her a question. I don't know how I ask the host a question.
It's okay.
So, okay, my thing is, once you make a certain amount of money, right?
Yeah.
You have to allocate some of those funds to that assistant,
Sure.
right? So now you got to really strategically say, okay, how am I going to allocate this amount of money to this person? Is it going to be part-time? Is it going to be full-time? What does it look like? And I think that's one of my issues.
Well, you just need to set a budget, right? So really, it also comes down to numbers.
Right.
So they say for every, I believe it's like for every 500,000 or something that you make, there's a number allocated for an assistant or for an employee.
Right.
Right. And so if you take that salary for your employee, then now that person is your employee, but that's your assistant.
So what happens when they don't want to talk to the assistant? They want to talk to Brittany.
Oh no, that's what boundaries are. They don't get the access. So here's the thing. I took a long time before I got an assistant because I had those same, reservations. Yeah, and I was kind of like, I don't got time to sit and explain to somebody all the stuff I need, and I just do it myself.
Right.
But thankfully, I have an amazing assistant, and it took a long time, and I'm glad she was consistent because she kept calling, and I just kept kind of blowing her off.
They don't get aggravated?
No.
She kept calling to get the job.
She kept calling to get the job.
Okay, all right,
so
all right.
I like that she was consistent with that. But on top of that, she was able to sit with me and learn me, right? So I'm the type of person like you. I just need to just kind of get stuff out of my head. I'm not really an organized person. And so that was my biggest issue, not being organized. She's overly organized. But those are like her strengths, my weaknesses, right? So everything is like outlined on the calendar with her. Everything is color coordinated when it comes to, and that was a big help for me because it's like, okay, I got this day, I got this that day, I got this hour, that hour. But then she now is organizing everything. So it's like, oh, no, you can't do that because you got this or we got that. So it really helped me, but because she was that person, and it actually was her first job as an assistant. So I just got really blessed with someone that was able to kind of learn me. But I was afraid, because I was an executive assistant before. So I was afraid that I wouldn't find somebody like me who was on top of things. And it was crazy because me having them organized, it was them. It wasn't me.
Right.
So my stuff not being organized was like, it's me. I can keep up with everything. But now that I have so much stuff going on, having someone that is keeping up with stuff, if I don't need to talk to that person, you not talking to me, and she can vet you real quick.
Right.
Like, okay, what do you need? And keep people on track. Because sometimes people want to talk to you and they just want to talk to you.
Right.
They're not even talking about business.
Yeah, they just wanna
right?
talk.
They just want to talk. I don't got time to just talk.
Yeah.
So having someone to keep you organized, having someone that already knows what's going on, because if someone needs to talk to you about business, 9 times out of 10, you already know what that business is that they need to talk about. They
Correct.
just need the information to do what they need to do on their side. So having that person to cut out all the unnecessary jargon that's not really relevant is going to be a huge help.
I think my next conference that I wanted to do
Yeah.
is gonna be called Number 2.
Oh, okay.
So we're actually gonna be talking and training all the number 2s. Because what happens is
I like it.
I'm a number 2 in a lot of people's world. Right? A lot of people don't know I'm an assistant pastor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. They don't know
Okay.
I'm an assistant pastor at my synagogue. They don't know that.
Okay.
The first time when I said, now they trying to compartmentalize. Well, hold on, how you a pastor? You do this, you do that, you do that. Then they start breaking down. They were like, dang.
He don't do this. He
Nah,
don't
I ain't
do
never
that.
seen
He
him do
don't do
that.
that.
I
Oh
ain't never
yeah.
seen him do that. They were like, yeah. So it's all about navigation.
Absolutely.
And one thing I like about everybody I deal with, they respect my boundaries.
Absolutely.
Right? They respect my boundaries. They respect what I'm about. They respect my days. I don't work Friday night or Saturday. I've been doing that since 2009.
Wow.
That's been hard
Yeah.
when you're trying to...
Especially in that entertainment world. Those are like the busiest days.
But
Yeah.
I established good number 2s for that purpose.
Okay.
So they know, okay, look, this time we're going to pivot and we're going to do.
Right.
Right? And so by me saying that the number 2s with that situation and dealing with conferences or dealing with car shows or dealing with conventions or anything somebody need, I'm a strong number 2.
Right.
I've been like that since I was a manager in a security firm.
Okay.
But what I established is it's not negative, but you don't get all the pressure of the number 1. However, I'm a number 1 in my world. Right? The harder thing in business is duplicating yourself.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So
100%.
now, how can I duplicate what I do to somebody else? Because I can't move up or I can't go to another venture if I don't plug that hole.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so that's what I learned how to do, and to be, everybody wanting to be number 1. That's the problem that's going on right now. Everybody that tried to jump in the entrepreneurship space, now they're going back to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
What they realize is, hey, you're good at what you do. So just not to knock anyone, but if I'm good at putting paper in a copier and I'm the number 1 person doing it, people will take that and say, I'm gonna start my own business. No, but you're good at what you do doesn't mean you can operate a business.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of people don't realize. Stay good at what you do until that becomes it.
Right.
And I learned that early, so I always stay in my role. I don't gotta be number 1.
Right.
And what people don't realize is they pass over the number 2 to get to the number 1, but the number 2 is the person they need to talk to.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
They do it all the time.
Oh.
Hey man, can you take this picture? I'll be like, yeah, sure. There you go. And I just be quiet, you know what I'm saying?
And don't know how
And they
big
be like,
your
hey
role
man,
is.
look,
Yeah.
look, man, I want to touch this, I want to talk. They be like, all right, man, get with me. I'd be like, brother, it don't work like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right.
it don't work like that.
Right.
But I realized that, so that's why a lot of stuff Britt, you'll see me do, I got connections with certain people because of how I move.
Absolutely.
And they respect what I got, and so they say, okay, Alex, all right, yeah, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do that. Because I don't look over nobody.
Absolutely.
The security guard and the janitor, one thing you gotta realize, they know everything. Never disrespect the security guard and the janitor. When you trying to find something get stolen and you disrespecting people, those people, they go just walk by you. Because I was the security guard.
Yeah.
And so I learned that. I said, man, they know, the security guard know everything.
Wow.
Just think about your janitor at your elementary school.
All them keys.
How long have they been there?
Years.
Years.
Yeah.
You know why? Because of the longevity, they know the system.
Yeah.
and they know everything, but we look over those people. They outlast principals for years.
They do. You're right.
All right, and so people don't ever consider that. They good at what they do. Then you gonna say, what you do on the side? They got all kind of cars. They living good because they got their pitch. They got stuff stacked.
Right.
But they learn from other people's mistakes.
Right. Right.
So principals really need to talk to the gentleman and say, hey man, who lasts around here or not?
Right.
Because it's not the system that you're going in, it's the culture that you're going in. You could be a principal in Arizona, you go in Miami try to be a principal, you went, hold on, let me understand these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is, but getting back to it, just being a strong number two, and that's what I pride myself on, and I tell all the people that are behind me, Sabrina, Anthony, I tell them all the time, they be like, I don't know what you're thinking. I go like, man, just calm down. Don't think for me. Just do what I tell you to do. I guarantee you it'll work.
Yeah.
If it don't work, fuss me
you.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's good. So you guys came up with the Boss Up Conference. Ross said, put it together.
Right.
You had no knowledge of a conference. You put it together.
Well, I put it like this. I always been to conferences and conventions since I was little.
Okay. From church.
The
and
Baptist
stuff like
conventions and, going through it. So I always have been a part of it.
Okay.
But I have always been a planner too.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, he said, put it together, but you still need those pieces.
A lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Because there was so many different pieces.
Oh,
and then you guys chose from so many different businesses, right? So how did you pick? Because I remember you sharing some of the numbers with how many people put the application and applied. Yeah. How did you pick what businesses you guys wanted to have a part of the Boss Up Conference?
It has to be something that's going to help the community as a whole.
Okay.
So it may be a lot of people that you can help, you can link with. And a lot of corporations say, look, I need this kind of business, I need this kind of structure. And it's stuff we never heard before. Right? Even when I talked to you, it was like, Brittany was telling me what she do. Yeah. I'm like, Brittany, no, do this. You get what I'm saying? I just said, Brittany, do this. Right. Because I know when you never heard of it, I mean, that's your success. I said, what can you wake up and go off the back of your hand and do? See what I did? I said, well, do that.
Right.
Because you're going to jump in somebody else's industry that you just starting out. Yeah. And people good for that. I realize a lot of people keep score, Brittany. They keep score and they take advantage of your learning curve. Like you're learning, but they saying you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Hold on now. I know what I'm doing, but I'm learning.
Right.
Nah, you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
You this and that. You this. Nah, I got you. Nah. And they discredit what you do, and that becomes discouraging. Right. For somebody that want to jump in that space, and you really gotta be, nah, this me. I got this. Right. And you're gonna have to be ready to get talked about, ready to get overlooked.
That comes with it.
And I'm like, man, look, I take that because. I mean, I'm gonna eat you down. I mean, it's gonna come a point to when we neck and neck. And this is a lot of people don't realize when people talk about you, that's positive to me. Because you're known. Yeah. You know me.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was playing football and we played at the University of Miami, and there was a linebacker. He was on the other side of the field, and we was doing good. And then the dude called my name. I said, "Dang!" I said, "You know me?" I said, "Well, oh shoot, you know my name."
You know my name.
So what? I mean, what? We went to the University of Alabama. It was the same thing.
Wow.
Hey, Bostic, you suck. I be like, dang, you know me.
Right.
So obviously, you know, I'm doing something.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm doing something. So people talk, you know, they do what they do, but that's fine as long as you know my name. Once you know my name, and then you don't know my signature. Right. Then it's gonna be on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what it was.
So, what made you want to do a Super Bowl edition of the Boss Up Conference? I know Super Bowl is big, but you know all the things that you put together for Super Bowl. How did that come about?
I mean, I always like to go for it. Okay. You get what I'm saying? I go for it, and I mean, it's like, man, failure. If I don't look at it as failure, I look at it as an opportunity and a learning lesson. So I figured, I said, if you want to get on good stages or best stages to be able to network, you got to be around some high profile people.
Absolutely.
And people not spending no $25 for a ticket. These tickets start at $7,000 all the way up to 1.5 million for a suite. So imagine sitting in the stadium with a whole bunch of CEOs, a whole bunch of first class seats. Hey, that's why I ride first, because I always meet somebody that do something. Man, what you do? Like this, when I came in this morning,
Yeah.
I didn't talk to this guy the whole flight.
Okay.
The whole flight.
Okay.
When we was getting ready to get off the plane, the stewardess came to the lady, came to the guy and was like, man, thank you, Mr. John Doe, for being, flying over 1 million miles.
Oh, wow.
So in my head, I said, all right, Alex, go time. I'm a thinker, I'm a networker, I said, 1 million miles. I said, bro, you stay on the plane, what do you do?
Right.
He said, I trade energy. I said, oh, what do you mean trade
Solar?
energy? Yeah, power.
The power.
He's like, some people need power. And so I traded from this person to that person.
Wow.
They don't use it all. So I said, explain. So he started explaining. He's like, we're a very small sector, but we're very powerful.
Right.
He said, we're going towards this in the future. And so that's why I ride first class.
Wow.
So I pay for the connections.
Absolutely.
Because the person next to you,
Everybody not riding first class.
they're not riding first class.
Right.
And it's hard to go back once you get in first class.
Oh, yes it is.
Yeah, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go back.
Absolutely.
That's what the mindset on what I started to go and push.
Okay.
You know, with the conference, especially with the Super Bowl thing. I've always been going to Super Bowls, but never always said we need to do a networking event.
Okay.
Let's put together something where we can always network and not go to the game.
Right.
Let's meet with some people. Let's go to the golf tournament.
Right.
Let's go to a pop-up shop, you know, entrepreneurs. Let's meet this person. Let's meet that person. Because some connection gonna come out of this.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So why not just do it on big stages? And we're afraid to jump out. I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I came here, 5 times?
If not more. Yeah.
Yeah. And Brittany has been there for me since the start, you know, just trying to find my way. And you learn people.
Yes.
I'm learning people.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, we spent a lot of time together aside from business, right?
Right.
And so, like you said, you learn people. And having that community within the Boss Up Conference and being able to say, oh, you know, Britt is out there in Arizona, right? And, okay, well, I know this person. They might help you do whatever, or trying to put the pieces together. Right. Like you said, it's so important.
And know nobody.
Yeah.
I know nobody in Arizona but Britt.
Yeah. And now
we got a week worth of festivities.
Right.
And I was wanting to show people, like, y'all, look, we can do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We can do it. Whatever come out of this, at least we did it.
Absolutely.
We did something. We'd be able to, you know, go out and partner.
And then to the next Super Bowl, you know, next one is in Vegas, right? So let's talk about the events and festivities that are planned for this week.
Okay, the first partners that we got with the PGA Tour.
Okay.
Of course, the waste management fee is open.
Yes.
You know, we did the luncheon last year.
Right.
We was probably the only African Americans tables.
Absolutely.
On a table of 200 plus people.
Absolutely.
We was there, and that was a good feel because they're trying to break that barrier of putting more minorities into the PGA Tour. And so they came to the conference. And to break those barriers, this is where you start.
Right.
So that's when these corporations that I talked about earlier, this is when you really push and say, listen, this is our opportunity to get in.
Right.
Money is not an issue. You get what I'm saying? Our time is not an issue. It's just we need the opportunity and chance.
Right.
And so we're starting off with the waste management fee that's open on Wednesday.
Okay.
The VIP suites, the 1937 Club, tickets like $75,000. It was ridiculous. So that's all during the daytime.
Wow.
And then the nighttime, Ross is performing at the W Hotel.
Okay,
It's
this suits and sneakers?
Suits and sneakers event.
Okay.
And that's a pop-up shop and networking event as well.
Okay.
So they mixed and merged what they're trying to do with Fashion Week.
Yes.
Fashion Week Arizona is a part of. Thursday is the NFL Players Networking event.
Okay.
That's held at Arizona State University.
Okay.
So that event is getting us in position with former and current NFL players.
Mm.
And we're going to be speaking on stage, the members that signed up to get a booth
Okay.
there.
Okay.
One is to advertise your business, but two, we're going to have a whole production crew setting up this the camera so that they can show that they're speaking on the NFL level and platform.
Right.
Because it's not for now, it's for later on content down the line.
Absolutely.
To say, proof of concept, this is what you're doing. Because I have several NFL friends that have made it,
mm-hmm.
but they don't know what to do with their money.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know who to trust with their money.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the issues.
Absolutely.
What to do with it and who to trust with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to merge that the Boss Up Conference in there,
mm-hmm.
the liaison of businesses that's already established.
Mm-hmm.
Hey y'all, this is where you should get some of your money to.
Right.
These people are vetted.
Right.
They came through with Ross, they're vetted, they see.
Right.
I vouch for them, this is what they're doing, these are their books.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The next is we'll go to the NFLPA, and then go to the NFL. But if you don't show no proof of concept, you can't just jump
Right.
to the top. You have to show
Credibility.
what you're doing. And so that's what we're doing at Arizona State with Guy Troop. He helped me out with that.
Okay.
I met a guy before I even did the conference, before I even know anything about moving to Atlanta in Miami, because I went to a Players Networking event.
Okay.
I said, man, that's cool, it's nice. And I just hit him up and said, man, how much is a booth?
Mm-hmm.
We started talking, and he's like, man, well, you want to come in and partner? You want to come in? I'm like,
Wow.
yeah. And I learned that from my previous boss.
Okay.
She said, Alex, you never turn down an opportunity. So I watched this lady say she had a traffic control company and didn't have no trucks, no cones, no nothing.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
She said, Alex, you get the job and you go get all that stuff. That stuff can be bought.
Wow. Yeah.
That stuff, you can hire somebody to come in, but you don't never give up opportunity.
Mm.
Some people say, well, you ain't ready, you ain't right. Well, listen, that propelled her to go further.
Is this the lady that has is that the security company through the Atlanta Hartford Airport? Okay,
yes.
Okay.
She's inside and outside of the airport. She got guards next to TSA and outside patrolling the parking deck.
What?
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
she a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I heard her speak, I was in awe. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
I learned a lot from Miss Parker.
Mm.
And one thing I did learn was I had a lot of skills in the business. This guy was having trouble with Excel, working the system in the security firm.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, look, man, this is what you do. And I was young, I was about 22, 23.
Okay. And
she brought me in her office. She said, Alex, let me tell you something. She said, you never teach nobody what you do.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, she was like, Alex, I pay him to be an expert in what he does.
Mm.
If you teaching him what to do, why do I need him?
Mm.
And they will continue to use you as much as you allow them to.
Absolutely.
But she saw something in me,
Right.
of my heart, that was in her.
Wow.
And so what she said was, Alex, you don't do that.
Wow.
You understand? So I took it and I said, okay, cool. A lot of my people that help me in business have been women. 1%, 0.5% have been men.
Wow.
And they've been women in charge. So that's why I respect women in business. You know what I'm saying? We attract more women in business. A lot of people don't know about. They see Ross, but Ross is woman first, like respect.
And I noticed that he is very open to women in business, and he respects women in business on another level. You know, especially from someone of his caliber, that being, you know, a rapper and being exposed to just a certain lifestyle and a certain type of women that are, you know, normally in that, for lack of better words, like, you know, in that space.
Right.
He absolutely puts women on another pedestal when it comes to business. I noticed that.
It's because his mom and his sister.
Right, and he have a strong team of women behind him.
And
so
they're not playing.
Yeah.
So imagine me trying to do something with the brand.
Right.
And I gotta deal with all facets.
Yeah.
Mama, sister, the
Yeah.
business, the attorney, this person, that person.
Yes.
And look, all I want to do is do this.
Right.
But what happened was, I didn't tell you, my father was a pastor.
Mm.
And so, Mr. Ella Ross' mom went to my church for years.
Oh wow. Okay.
So my dad was her pastor.
Okay.
And so she watched me grow up
Right.
from wild.
Right.
And so when people see me, they're like, listen, I have always been around, but not around.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I learned from them in business. Renee, she's a shark.
Yeah.
She taught me, Alex. And when women talk, I listen.
Yes.
You gotta listen because it's unfortunate, but a lot of men, it has that lion mentality
Mm-hmm.
to where it's only gonna be one king in this pride.
Mm-hmm.
And if you test it, I can't give you everything,
Mm-hmm.
but I can give you small bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got alpha males, and I realized, I said, bro, you have an alpha male personality.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people will sense that,
Mm-hmm.
and they will take it as a threat,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I always realize why people don't want to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go in
Mm-hmm.
every situation,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to go in and I got to know what I'm dealing with.
Right.
And until you realize that, and my son is like that, but he doesn't have a filter. he feel as if like, no, I'm such and such.
Oh.
And I'm like, Anna, look, you gotta humble yourself
Yeah.
and walk in these doors
Mm-hmm.
because people ain't gonna let you do it. But
Yeah.
he watched me.
Yeah. So you got it honest.
He watched my movements. He don't watch my moves.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So now I have to teach him about moves,
Yeah.
and I think that's what happens. Then Miss Parker, that's what she did, and the women it has been very, and that's why all the women in the conference are always,
Yeah.
hey, look, I help you do this. No, don't do this, do that.
Right. No, you totally helped me, just from day one when we talked about, what business I wanted to come in under or whatever. And, it was good. I told you I came back and I said, I'm so glad you told me which business to come with because, in my head, I'm like, no, everything's signature required.
Man, listen, man, let me tell y'all something. Brittany is humble. These women, I say, y'all making money. I had to say, I said, hold on, tell her. What? What you do? I said, man, y'all making money, man. Hey, that's all of y'all. I'm so proud that I know y'all. Because Shauna, she's another one, she deal with engineering. And the guy who I was sitting next to, I got his card. And I pulled up her website. I said, look, I don't know what you're talking about, but I got somebody I want you to meet.
Yeah.
He said, cool. He said, I see what she does, and my clients need some of these services.
Oh wow, good.
So I said, cool. And that's what I do. I plug.
Be able to connect the dots.
I'm not the person.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize. I'm not trying to take no business, but this is what who I can plug you with. So
absolutely. So what is your the biggest thing that you're looking forward to this week?
I ain't even finished.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Okay.
Friday is the Legends Planters NFL Legends with Gronkowski.
Oh, okay.
And Davis.
Okay.
Saturday morning is the brunch, the NFL brunch
Okay.
for the NFL players.
Oh, okay.
And so that's the time you network, you talk. A lot of people get up early.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, and then Saturday evening is the rooftop event.
Okay.
With Ernie Alesia. We're going to be interviewing Ray Lewis
Okay.
live on the rooftop.
Nice.
And then Sunday is the big game. It's a watch party as well as the game.
Okay.
And that's what, it's we put it together. It's here.
It's here.
And now it's a part of this, let's go and go forward.
So do you plan on making this an annual thing for Super Bowl?
I have no idea. I have no aspirations of doing that. I am so, my mind is, no, I'm just keeping it real. Like,
Yeah.
I really, like, the team, I really got to do that, because this is.
No, you do. You need a team. This is getting so big, right?
No,
and
it is.
You have absolutely merged so many different worlds. Like you said, there has not been any opportunity. I expressed that so many times. I haven't seen anyone of Rick Ross's caliber, first of all, invite people to his home. Let's start there, right? Everybody don't live on the promised land. However, to invite individuals to their home and to just even be so welcoming. Everything you guys did was in class and with just so much detail. Honestly, it was more than I expected, you know. But having someone like that and being open and willing to share their business connections, you know, when he had the guy was Bamboo or Brett Barish, when he had him there, you know, and I seen people, you know, talking to him and him just sharing, you know, so much. Those are opportunities that people normally don't get, right? So to open up a platform and to create these rooms and people to take advantage of it. And thankfully I was one of those people. It really superseded my expectations. But now I've built relationships that will last forever, you know, and it's not always about making money, but just having the relationship. That relationship will take you so much further in life, you know, putting you in rooms that money can't even put you in, you know, on that level. So I think that what you guys have created and what you've seen is like a need for that, right? But you're going to continue to grow and you're going to get much bigger than this. And so you absolutely need a team, you know, built around this, because these rooms that you're going to get in are going to be so much bigger than it's just one of you. Right. And so you need people that got an ear like you.
I'm building the team.
Okay.
And I say this, Britt, because the team actually, you're not knowing, the team is actually members of the conference like yourself.
Okay.
Right? But just trying to get people in place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta learn people.
Absolutely.
Right? You gotta learn people. And some people are good people, but not teammates.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm new to this stuff.
Right.
Because when I rock with you, I rock with you. I ain't gonna lie about nothing. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. What it is, it is.
Right.
And so I'm too transparent.
Same.
You get what I'm saying? I'm too transparent to the point of it's kind of like, all right, dang. When you let people know so much stuff, they gonna critique everything that you let them in.
Yeah.
So I said, well, dang.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I want to be real, but dog, don't use my own sword against me.
Yeah.
Cause we fighting together.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and you have to be strategic too in your team. You
absolutely.
know? And like you said, a lot of people will take, and I think it's just because of who you're connected to. People take that as expert, right? And they take that as you don't have room for flaw. You don't have room for error.
But
you don't have
don't
room.
kill
but
me.
But you're human.
Don't kill me though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like, dog, hey.
No, I get it.
You gonna talk to him. I talk to him. You get what I'm saying? But I'm Alex. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, man, listen, don't talk to him.
Right.
This is the only thing that I do. And Ross telling me that too. He was like, Alex, you don't tell the people what I tell you to tell them. I'm like, no, because that's not right. And like, Colonel would kill him.
Right.
And I'd be trying to save people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he was like, you gonna listen? And I said, you know what?
Yeah.
You right.
Yeah. Because that'll cut out a lot of your headache, to be honest.
You absolutely listen.
Okay.
I got it. And I said, you know what? Nah.
Yeah.
But I understand why people, they're the way they are. And you may think people are being rude, but it's just like you don't have room for error. You know what I'm saying? In this space and in this industry, and you don't have room for that. And so it's kind of like you got to be direct with people. And I really see, you know, how people move in business.
Yeah, and that's the thing in business. As you continue to grow, you just kind of learn, right? And I had to start learning those traits because I was too transparent, one, and then sometimes too nice. And it's like I want to let people down, give them a slow no, then a fast yes. But then I started seeing like I was wasting my time, you know, and you have to be direct, you have to be intentional, and most importantly, you have to move with integrity, right? And so once you know that, whether I make you feel good or hurt your feelings, it just is what it is. It's business and it's not personal.
You gotta be my favorite song. You gotta be nice to you. You remember that song?
Yes.
Somebody got you doing the other song.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh.
Do you remember that song? See,
Oh,
that is.
no, not yet.
Some
Wait
people
for
think
it.
I'm nice. Some people think I'm nasty. If you want to just ask me, just say I'm nice to you.
Yeah. That's so funny. I had some cousins did a dance step, and every time I hear that song, I think about just doing that dance step.
But that's what you gotta be. You gotta be nice to you.
You do.
You gotta be nice, but you gotta be tact but firm. You gotta be firm.
Yeah, intentional. Like you said, be intentional. So, before we wrap it up, got a couple things. Can people buy tickets now? Is it too late if they, you know?
Yes. You can go to Elite Championship Experience.
Okay.
EliteChampionshipExperience.com.
Okay.
You can buy tickets for the week, or you can buy tickets to the event.
Okay.
It's on Saturday. It'll be specifically on that day, on
Okay.
that 11th.
Okay.
We had to make a lot of changes and moves, and that was another thing.
Yeah.
It's like when you make a change, okay, you need people like, oh man, do you know what you're doing? Like, dog, listen, I gotta make a change for a reason. Cause when you're doing this stuff, Britt, now, this is money out of my pocket.
Yes.
And investors, I mean, this ain't no sponsor, and that's what I learned too. You gotta get sponsors. Okay, how you gonna get sponsored without proof of concept? The sponsor like, what have you done? Oh, I did the conference. The conference is not a weekly event. All right, and a rooftop event? No. Okay, where's your deck page for what you have done before? So it's kind of like, it's kind of one thing when kids get out of school.
Absolutely.
They get out of college, and they say they want to get this job. Okay, where's your experience? I just graduated college.
Right.
What experience would I have?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, we look for somebody with experience. You got experience and you overqualified.
Yeah.
So when you're doing these events, it's just like business. You're trying to make it, and you're trying to show proof, but it's kind of like, you know what?
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Yes.
A lot of people don't do it. They don't create. When you create anything, if I created air, somebody gonna love and hate it. Oh, it's dirty. Oh, it's clean.
Right.
Is it? You create something, somebody gonna, you know.
Yeah, have something to say.
They gonna have something to say.
Good or bad, yeah.
And so that's why the reason why I'm saying, look, let's just go and do it. Let's do it. Let's bring it together. And so yes, you can purchase tickets on EliteChampionshipExperience.com.
Okay.
And it's not too late.
Okay. Well, good. We are going to be releasing this so that people that may not have agendas or itineraries for a Super Bowl, because people are always looking for things to do.
Right.
And this is a great way to network amongst individuals who have businesses or entrepreneurs or whatever. So definitely want to give people.
And I got Super Bowl tickets, Brittany.
Okay.
I got tickets.
Tickets, so if you want to go to the game, you can even purchase Super Bowl
y'all holler at me, man. I gotta get rid of tickets. You know?
Okay.
Because, you know, I bought tickets to on the 50-yard line.
Wow.
Row 24.
Well, okay.
And the experience that I bought, you can go on the field after the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so a whole Super Bowl experience.
Walk on the field after the game.
Okay.
It's a post-game, it's a pre-game tailgate with legends. It's a whole experience. You get what I'm saying? But then, you know, when you got the biggest boss, he gonna get a suite.
Yeah. So now you don't need your tickets because
So
you're gonna be in the
I'm
suite
saying
now.
like, I need to get rid of some tickets.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So we got tickets, hotels.
Wow.
And that's one thing about the Super Bowl, you have to be prepared.
Yes.
Because you can get people to come to your event, but where they gonna stay.
Right.
That was the other of the economic piece of it. The tickets are high, the flights are high, the hotels are high. But if you don't get in advance early, like people should be planning right now for Vegas already.
Already.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Already. So
yeah, I talked to someone that told us that they have committees that go out to the city and live there 3 years prior to them having the Super Bowl, just so they can go in and build new freeways and build the city up. And I'm like, that is insane.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got Beyonce gonna release a tour, and they trying to figure out
with the Renaissance.
Dang, we should have had Beyonce instead of Rihanna.
Right.
So it's so kind of like Beyonce like, I got my own Super Bowl.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's amazing. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, it's Monday. It's a big week coming up. Super Bowl, the most watched game in history, they say.
Absolutely.
Right? And so I just want to say kudos to you for pulling this off, because I seen the blood, sweat, and tears. But
she been with me from the beginning.
You did it.
Like from the first flight.
You did it.
Britt has been there. She has.
Woo.
Been there on the connections, on the meetings.
You did it.
And I just like, boy, you just don't throw your hands up, but you got to just keep going.
Yeah. That's what it's about, right? And resilience, because after it's all said and done, you're going to sit back and be like, whoo, I did it. But it's so much good that's going to come out of it.
Right.
And then now you can also pick and choose how you want to move forward going forward. So you did it, and you put yourself out there a whole week, not one event, a whole week. You got something every single day. Every day. So that's amazing. But you are on the Signature Required podcast, and I cannot let you leave without asking the number one question here. And that is, what is your purpose? Do you believe that you're walking in your purpose?
Yes, I do. My purpose is I believe you can be a millionaire and not compromise, because your belief, your faith, and your integrity. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I walk the way I walk. And when people see your life, they want to inquire what makes you do or what makes you drive, you know what I'm saying, internally. And so that's what I pride myself on, and I continue to go myself on. And I say you can do it and do it the right way. You get what I'm saying? So I've been married for 14 years. No boast, but I've been nobody but my wife for 14 years.
That's a huge testimony.
Yes.
So,
but it's every day that I wake up to be consistent.
Yes.
Because there's somebody behind me, even somebody that's trying to get straight and say, well, dang, I can start today. You know what I'm saying? You doing it.
Yep.
I'm saying, well, how you do it? Let me do it. Man, listen, everybody know around me. They know my MO. They know what women, whatever. Well, you don't wear no wedding ring. I never ask nobody to come to it. If they ask me, I'll tell them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I feel that my purpose is to continue to do what I'm doing, shine a light, taking care of my kids.
Absolutely.
You know, turning the generation. And I believe, you know what I'm saying, it's a bridge to success, but a lot of us, we hide our beliefs, our faith, and our integrity because we feel we got to put that to the background to become. But at the end of the day, whatever you become, you're going to tarnish everything on who you are.
That's good.
And when you're not that person no more, then what you doing?
Yeah.
Then you just out here just operating.
Right.
Because people chase being successful, but you'll lose your inner man. You know what I'm saying? And so Ross has a pack. There's a couple things we don't do. Period. That's what it is. You get what I'm saying? And when you get it, you align yourself with people. Once that agreement you align with, boom, we know we operate.
Yeah. I
don't care, they put a whole bunch of us in the room and try to turn them. I already know what you is.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Certain people in the conference, I know who they are. You get what I'm saying? Because somebody can say something about you, but if you gotta lock yourself with that inner belief of, nah, that's not him. That's fine. You take it. But what happens is, we take plea deals in life because people try to get you to tell something or do something, jerk you, and you turn on a certain individual, and they're like, bro, just stick to the plan. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about doing nothing wrong. This is just life.
Right.
So when people come to me, I'll be like, man, nah. But my purpose is to continue to just, maintain my integrity.
Absolutely.
Get with my people. And and just the salvation of our people as a whole.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Get liberated.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take money. It's gonna take money.
Right.
When the children of Israel, they left Egypt, they left with gold, they left with assets. How you gonna leave someone you ain't got nowhere?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing.
Right.
Man, we gotta have some kind of assets.
Absolutely.
And that's unfortunate that, Claude Anderson said the white ice is better. You ever heard of that? So it's a black store across the street, and it's a white store across the street.
Okay.
You have a black person, they'll rather go get the white ice over the black ice, but it's ice. You get what I'm saying? But he got a sentence of, the white ice is better. Like, dang, I got the same product, same thing. Why you don't shop with me? Why don't you do, for me? And that's what I realized. But you can't let that, deter you internally. You gotta keep going, keep pushing. Cause I learned the more doors get slammed. I'm used to this. Yeah. I sold AT&T products door to door. Oh. It wasn't no phone call. I'm getting doors slammed in my face. So I'm used to this. Yeah. But I guess I'm being new to it. But at the end of the day, Brett, that's my purpose. That's my goal. That's my drive to stay true to myself. You get what I'm saying? And to teach my people behind me that you can do it without compromise.
Absolutely, and I think that's so good. And I want to give you your flowers to say that you absolutely exemplify what you stand for. Like you said, people kind of go back like, okay, he don't do this, he don't do that. But I read people, and I'm very observant. And what I will say is that I've seen that you have exemplified all those, attributes that you just mentioned, and keep leading in that way and keep walking in your purpose. There's a lot of Black men who need to see someone young like yourself and to be able to say, I've been married for 14 years and my family comes first, and knowing how to prioritize that. Because a lot of the times in business, right, you chasing a dollar, an entrepreneur, you kind of get blinded as to what is important. And you see that a lot in our Black community. You might have a father that can provide for their family, but they have lost sight of what's important, and they're not there. And one thing I see with you, you put your family first. You stay very busy, but it's always my wife and my kids. You constantly my wife and my kids, and I think that we need more of that. And so even, in this platform, and, my head go crazy as I have a lot of ideas, but like you said, now you're thinking about doing a conference for number 2, right? But maybe having some type of segment where you're talking about how to balance, work-life balance, family, right?
Absolutely.
And giving young men those nuggets, and even older men, because it's never too late for a U-turn, right?
Absolutely.
It's never too late for a U-turn, but I think that that's something that we need to continue to shed light on, as much as we try to teach financial literacy and give people gems to help. We also have those gems for integrity and for life, and that's going to, propel you further. And we're living in a just perverted society right now. And a lot of things are just kind of being taken from what really matters, right? And when it's all said and done, your name is what will live on forever. Your legacy is what will live on forever. So
Proverbs 22, a good name is better to be chosen than great riches.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, your name, once you tarnish that name, it's over.
It's over.
You not only cheat on your wife, you cheat on your kids, you cheat on your legacy, you cheat on different things, and you cheat life. Yeah. Because what you're given, just see it through. A lot of times about quitting now, moving already getting out, but nobody really stick nothing through. Right. It's gonna come a time right now, boys. A recession coming. Everybody's trying to. Oh yeah. They're trying to, finalize stuff, but you gotta have a good, strong foundation.
Absolutely. Well, that will wrap up the Signature Required podcast. You can reach Alex. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Bostic Sharoff. That's BOSTIC. SHARATH, and what a lot of people don't realize is Sharoff is actually minister in Hebrew.
Oh, okay, okay.
So So that's the minister.
The minister.
Yeah.
Okay. Learn something new every single day. And then you
Yeah.
also have the Boss Up Conference.
Yeah, Boss Up Conference at Boss Up Conference.
At Boss Up Conference.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any new dates set, or is it always going to be September?
Not yet, because the
Okay.
location may change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
working on if we're gonna do it on location.
Okay.
But it's still gonna be September.
Oh, still September.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this will wrap up the Super Bowl edition here on
Before
the
you wrap it
Signature.
up, can they show that? Can they show that?
Yes.
This life size figure.
Yes.
Y'all see that?
Look at that.
There you go.
The Boss Up Conference.
Y'all see that?
Yes. Yes. Two bosses right there.
There it is.
We need to come up with a collaboration soon for Signature Required. Gotta zoom in on that.
This is
Those two
the inaugural.
bosses.
This is the first year of Bread and the Boss,
Yes.
and this is a amazing photo. So I don't know where
Yes,
Britt gonna
it
put it
is.
at.
Well, we're going to keep it here so everybody can see
They
it.
gonna-
Everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Yes, that was an amazing experience, and I look forward to more conferences and, more platforms and stages and
Mhm.
collaborating with other entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And I am going to wrap it up now. If you are looking for Signature Required merch, we actually have a drop that's getting ready to drop February 25th. SignatureRequired.com. If you're looking for a personal development coach, I can be reached at BrittanyRenee.com. And we will see you next time. Peace.